those who stop. The past year, with discipline and focus, I have enacted several initiatives to benefit our children. Take It Down Act is the first piece of legislation that I supported within the first 100 days. Fostering the Future has expanded coast to coast. $30 million towards HUD's 2026 budget to support housing for America's foster youth. All 50 states are participating in the Presidential AI Challenge. Almost 3,000 schools nationwide joined the White House AI workshop. Over the past 2 months, America sat at the intersection of youth, technology, and education on global stage. I'm honored to have had an opportunity to address the United Nations Security Council about the importance of peace through education. Leaders from almost 50 nations joined me at the White House and the State Department for Fostering the Future Together's Global Coalition Summit. I completed the 4th reunification of Ukrainian and Russian children with their families. I'm grateful for the opportunity to serve as First Lady, but understand that my persistence alone is not enough. Please join me in advancing the Be Best Fostering the Future initiative nationwide.
Looking for a fast way to track what's moving online right now? Head over to Qnotables.com. It's a centralized index of notable clips, headlines, and references being shared across the community, organized for quick browsing. Use it to spot patterns, pull links, and build your own research list. Qnotables.com. Browse the notables, verify the facts, stay informed. All reports can be found on Q Research or Qnotables.com. Notables do not equal endorsements. We are researchers who deal in open source information, reasoned argument, and dank memes. We do battle in the sphere of ideas and ideas only. We neither need nor condone the use of force in our work here.
From the Q Research Boards, May 8th, 2026. Good morning and welcome in. We begin today with the growing Hantavirus firestorm, where medical records, media panic, and political timing are all colliding at once. VAERS records are drawing new attention after Hantavirus appeared in reports tied to possible adverse events after Pfizer's COVID shot. That entry is now fueling serious questions about what was tracked, what was known, and why Americans are only now seeing this conversation break into the open. Dr. Simone Gold is also weighing in, pointing out that Hantavirus is an RNA virus and arguing that this brings Americans back to familiar ground after the COVID fight. She is putting ivermectin and hydroxychloroquine back into the public debate and saying these treatments deserve renewed attention as trust in official medical guidance remains badly damaged. Dr. Drew is pushing back hard against the latest Hantavirus panic, saying the public has seen this pattern before: a rare disease, election year fear, and nonstop media amplification. His message is that Americans should not let panic replace judgment, especially when health scares appear during politically charged seasons. And the internet is now connecting the Hantavirus story to the X-Files, Fight the Future. In that 1998 storyline, a deadly Hantavirus outbreak was used as a cover for something much larger. With Hantavirus now back in the headlines in 2026, the old plot is being circulated as another example of predictive programming entering the public conversation. From there, we move to domestic politics, where President Trump is keeping pressure on nearly every front at once. White House Chief of Staff Susie Wiles was asked how she works for a president who never sleeps. Her answer was direct: the team divides the workload. Wiles said she handles the early calls, while Dan Scavino takes the late-night shift, giving the public another look at how the Trump operation runs around the clock. President Trump also held a bilateral meeting with Brazilian President Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva at the White House. The two leaders discussed trade, tariffs, regional issues, and future cooperation, while Trump continues using direct leader-to-leader pressure as a central part of his foreign and economic policy. President Trump addressed the media near the renovated Lincoln Memorial reflecting pool as work continues ahead of America's 250th birthday celebration. His motorcade crossed the drained pool area while crews continued upgrades, turning the restoration project into a high-visibility White House moment. Trump also visited the reflecting pool as crews applied a new protective blue coating. The president used the stop to highlight visible progress on one of Washington's most recognizable landmarks and to connect the project to the broader celebration of America's 250th birthday. White House Press Secretary Karoline Leavitt announced that her daughter Viviana, known as Vivi, was born on May 1st. Leavitt said the baby is healthy and that her family is grateful for the prayers and support as she begins maternity leave. The First Lady's office is also highlighting Be Best and its focus on the well-being of children. The initiative centers on child welfare, online safety, foster care, and helping young people grow up with stronger support systems. President Trump says he had a strong call with European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen and is giving the European Union until America's 250th birthday to follow through on a trade deal. Trump says the EU promised to cut tariffs to zero, and if that promise is not kept, higher tariffs are coming. President Trump is also celebrating what he calls an all-time high in the stock market, pointing to a gain of more than 7,300 points. His message is that despite war pressure, tariff fights, and political chaos, markets are responding to his economic agenda. Trump is also touting lower oil prices, saying oil is down about 25%, or roughly $30 per barrel, since the Biden years. The administration is using that number as part of its broader argument that energy policy, drilling, and pressure on foreign producers are bringing costs down.
At shop.isitwaya.com, everything you buy supports Acun.top, the place where people talk freely no matter what. Check out our Acun Honey Pot, a jar of yummy honey that's as strong as your voice. Put it on toaster and tea. It's not just honey, it's freedom in every bite. Then there's Acun Butter, a smooth handmade skin cream that makes you feel good while you fight for what's right. Awesome wood and pieces for display only. Hang them up or set them out. They're for showing off Acun's tough spirit. Want to help even more? Get a Proto membership. So go to shop.isitwaya.com now and grab some goodies. Help Acun.top keep free speech alive, and let's keep the ideas flowing loud and free.
All reports can be found on Q Research or Qnotables.com. Notables do not equal endorsements. We are researchers who deal in open source information, reasoned argument, and dank memes. We do battle in the sphere of ideas and ideas only. We neither need nor condone the use of force in our work here.
From the Q Research Boards, May 8, 2026. Jerome Powell's term as Federal Reserve Chair is nearing its end, with May 15th marking the leadership transition point. Powell has said he may remain on the Fed board even after stepping down as chair, while Trump-aligned officials are already focused on the next phase of central bank leadership. Hakeem Jeffries is standing by his maximum warfare rhetoric as criticism grows from Republicans. Trump has called the remarks dangerous and suggested Jeffries should face consequences, while Jeffries says he will not back down. The clash is now part of the larger fight over political language, redistricting, and election year strategy. Scott Presler is escalating pressure on Senate Majority Leader John Thune after the Save America Act failed to move forward. Presler is urging grassroots conservatives to target Thune's political machine, request refunds through WinRed, and primary allies who block election security legislation. Tom Homan says amnesty is off the table. His message is that President Trump has been clear from day one: no amnesty in any form. Homan is drawing a firm line on immigration enforcement as the administration continues its push to secure the border and remove illegal migrants. The State Department is preparing to revoke passports from thousands of parents who owe major unpaid child support. The first wave targets parents owing at least $100,000, with the program expected to expand to lower debt thresholds. Officials say the goal is to force compliance and recover money owed to children. Alberta has moved to tighten rules on assisted suicide, including restrictions involving minors and mental illness. Supporters say the bill adds needed safeguards and oversight to Canada's MAID system, while the province argues vulnerable people need stronger legal protection. Now to election integrity and the map war. The United Kingdom is seeing a major political shakeup, with live election results showing Nigel Farage and Reform making historic gains. Labour is taking heavy losses, Conservatives are under pressure, and voters appear to be breaking away from the old two-party structure in numbers that could reshape British politics. Tennessee's new congressional maps have passed the state Senate, advancing a major Republican redistricting push. The maps are expected to strengthen GOP control and could eliminate a Democratic-held district centered around Memphis, making Tennessee a key front in the national redistricting fight. The redistricting battle is also drawing attention from Black Trump supporters who are defending the new voting maps and rejecting the claim that Republican redistricting is automatically an attack on Black voters. The larger fight centers on whether districts should be drawn around racial blocks or around political boundaries, with Republicans arguing the maps strengthen Trump's agenda heading into the midterms. Across the country, Democrats are showing signs of panic as redistricting fights continue to move in Republicans' direction. The core battle is simple. Control of the map means control of the math, and Republicans are moving aggressively to stop Democrats from locking in political advantages through district lines. Now overseas, the Iran conflict remains front and center. Trump posted a comparison of war lengths and labeled the Iran conflict an Iran excursion lasting 6 weeks. The chart is drawing attention because it frames the Iran operation as short, controlled, and limited compared with America's longer wars in Iraq, Korea, and Vietnam. CENTCOM says U.S. warships transiting the Strait of Hormuz were attacked by Iranian missiles, drones, and small boats, but no American assets were hit. U.S. forces eliminated inbound threats and struck Iranian military facilities tied to the attack, while officials said America is ready to defend its forces. President Trump called the latest U.S. strikes on Iran a love tap, saying the ceasefire remains in effect. His message is that the United States responded to Iranian aggression, but that he is still leaving the door open for a deal if Tehran moves fast. A CIA Iran war dossier leak to the Washington Post is raising questions about internal resistance, classified assessments, and the fight over U.S. strategy in the Middle East. The leak is now part of the larger battle over who controls the narrative, the elected president or the permanent bureaucracy.
Every voice matters. The power of free speech is more important than ever. Imagine a place where you can share your thoughts freely, explore new ideas, and engage in meaningful conversations anonymously. With online anonymity, you can express yourself without fear of judgment. It's about freedom, creativity, and connection. Join the conversation that matters. Embrace your voice. Celebrate your freedom. Visit 8kun.top today. That's 8kun.top.
All reports can be found on Q Research or Qnotables.com. Notables do not equal endorsements. We are researchers who deal in open source information, reasoned argument, and dank memes. We do battle in the sphere of ideas and ideas only. We neither need nor condone the use of force in our work here.
From the Q Research Boards, May 8, 2026, Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent says the United States will not stand by while Iran's military exploits Iraqi oil to fund terrorism. The Treasury Department sanctioned an Iraqi oil official and Iran-backed militia figures, accusing them of helping Tehran evade sanctions through corrupt oil schemes. 30 House Democrats are demanding that the State Department end the long-standing silence over Israel's nuclear arsenal. The lawmakers want the Trump administration to publicly acknowledge Israel's nuclear capabilities, arguing that Congress needs clear information as the Middle East conflict expands. BP is back in the spotlight on two fronts. Oil prices rose as the Iran conflict shook global energy markets, while BP is also facing legal pressure in Kenya over alleged toxic waste tied to oil exploration from decades ago. The story ties together war shocks, energy profits, and long-running environmental accountability questions. The United States has secured control of one of the largest heavy rare earth deposits outside China, located in Greenland. The Tan Breeze project gives the West a major strategic foothold in minerals needed for defense, advanced technology, and energy systems, reducing dependence on Beijing's critical mineral supply chain. The United States has also secured its largest ever HALEU fuel shipment in partnership with Japan. The shipment strengthens America's next-generation nuclear energy program and gives advanced reactor developers access to a fuel supply that has been a major bottleneck for the industry. A new analysis argues that China's long-term strategy against America is running into serious trouble. Between U.S. moves on rare earths, energy, trade, military posture, and alliance pressure, Beijing's effort to dominate critical supply chains is facing stronger resistance from Washington and its partners. The U.S. military successfully fired a Tomahawk missile from a land-based launch system and hit a target roughly 390 miles away. The test shows growing American long-range strike capability in the Indo-Pacific, where mobile missile systems are becoming a major part of deterrence against China. Now to crime and accountability. U.S. Attorney Jeanine Pirro announced charges against 11 suspects tied to what officials described as a major international drug trafficking operation. The case involves alleged meth and GBL trafficking, with authorities presenting it as part of a broader crackdown on cartel-linked criminal networks. Bexar County Judge Rosie Speedlin Gonzalez has resigned and accepted a lifetime ban from serving as a judge in Texas after misconduct allegations and criminal charges. The case involved accusations that she unlawfully ordered a defense attorney handcuffed during a courtroom dispute. British police arrested a man after former Prince Andrew was reportedly threatened near his new home on the Sandringham estate. Reports say a masked man behaved aggressively while Andrew was walking his dogs, prompting Andrew and his security officer to leave the area before police made an arrest. Now to infrastructure, technology, and public spending. Amazon Web Services worked to restore cooling at a Northern Virginia data center after overheating disrupted cloud services. The outage affected major platforms, including Coinbase and CME-linked trading systems, showing once again how much of the financial and digital economy depends on a small number of critical data centers. Australia's Snowy 2.0 project is being blasted as a taxpayer snow job after costs reportedly ballooned far beyond the original budget. Critics say the hydro project has become a symbol of poor oversight, political salesmanship, and runaway public spending, with taxpayers left holding the bill. And we close with the larger picture. From Hantavirus headlines and election year panic to redistricting fights, Iran pressure, rare earths, oil, nuclear fuel, and data center failures, the pattern is clear. Control of information, control of energy, control of borders, and control of elections remain the central fights of 2026. The American people are watching, and the pressure is building on every front.
Don'tDeleteMeBro.com. 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 Share the site with others. Don'tDeleteMeBro.com. 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 Share the site with others. Don'tDeleteMeBro.com.
That's all for now. Stay alert, stay informed, and never hand your thinking over to anyone on a screen, including me. God bless you, God bless our troops, and God bless the United States of America.